Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the organizations and Caffe Lena. Like Sarah was saying, Rebuilding Together Saratoga County helps with critical home repair and accessibility modifications for individual homeowners living in Saratoga, Warren, and Washington counties, helping families in poverty, individuals with disabilities, seniors, and veterans stay in their home longer. So examples could be fixing the hole in the roof, fixing the hole in your flooring, and giving them accessible ramps into their home so they can stay there longer. Thank you again so much for your appreciation tonight.
Good afternoon, good evening. We've been here all day, so whatever it is, there's donuts in the car for breakfast. This is my husband, Don, who is the support of my life, and I would not have made it this far if it hadn't been for him. And I certainly wouldn't have made it if it hadn't been Rebuilding Saratoga. I was sick, I was working. I had a private practice, and the next thing I knew, I was in the hospital for 2 months. I was told that this program that Clarice has introduced us to could solve a lot of problems, like me not fitting in a bathroom door, or not being able to go outside, not being able to reach the faucet. It gets hard. So I thought, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get a hold of them. No, I won't get a hold of them. I'm not going to get a hold of them. I cried. I refused to call. I said, baloney, nobody does anything like that for people. So I got gutsy, and I called Clarice just to find out. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting in the car crying, and she's right outside, in the rain, by the way, with an umbrella, with all these papers for me to sign. And she was so beautiful. And mine is the compassion part, because she knew what the pain was I was feeling. She was very, very on tune. She knew. And she made me realize that it wasn't the end of the world. Did I mention I hate my chair? Just thought I'd tell you that. But what really came about was when all these guys came to the house to do work. I mean, there were fathers that had retired that were troopers. There were their sons that were troopers working. There were other gentlemen there just helping, and it was so great. And they were fun. And they came into the house, and the next thing I know, my bathroom didn't have a door. But they moved the door, and they put in a new bathroom, things that we really never expected. There was a new floor put down. And electrical, our house was built in 1840, and electricity was probably new to some of the rooms, but they put it in, and they did for us. And then I said, I had the nerve, but I called them back and asked them if they'd please lower the counter. And I thought that I would be able to, well, let's just put it this way. My aide is short, so it was a good move. I just can't, not yet. I'm working on it, but it's hard for me, the strength in my arms. And I do all the things that I'm supposed to do, and sometimes I get mad and don't. But we couldn't have couldn't have any of that. None of the feelings that you experience when you're in a place that you can't get up, you can't get out. I can't do my own hair, I can't do this. Well, you need a mirror down, that's right. Well, we'll put this mirror down here. Can you see that all right? Yeah, I can see in there. This person cared. And I can truthfully say he cared, but not as much as my husband did. He's my goal. He's my life. We make it together, and with Rebuilding Saratoga. And you know, they can't do it, you know, they can't always run on grants. And you know, if you need wood or something for a job, you know, that costs money. I mean, you know that. And I'm not here to beg for money and to beg for help. But here is an incident, and I'm sure it's okay to tell. About 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now maybe, our next door neighbor came over and said, "How did you get all that help? Who is doing that help?" So I told them that we had applied and we received our grant and stuff. "Oh, now what's the name of that place?" His son-in-law is crippled and in a wheelchair for life. And he has lived in on a house with an upstairs with his wife. He's crawled every night up the stairs on his knees. This guy he hunts, he does all sorts of stuff. But this was his thing. Guess what? From what I hear, he has a lift. They put him in a chairlift. Yeah, you have to qualify for it. But I'm telling you, in this day and age, there's not many people that couldn't qualify for it. I just want you to know that we are doing okay with the grace of God and Rebuilding Saratoga. And if you can and you find it in your heart, you know, that young man, we suggested they call. You can do that. Anybody can. And I was not the bravest about calling. I was embarrassed. I don't need help. We always gave to other people. They didn't give to us. You know, we did different things. And we went down to New Orleans when Katrina hit. And I went down as a therapist, and Don went down as the Iceman. It was like 110 degrees, and he's in an ice truck passing out ice. That's okay. He had a nice trip. So, but anyway, I just want you to know that they're a beautiful, loving group of people, that their goal in life is to help. Bless you. Thank you.
Somebody taller than me was up here recently. I'm Joe Jencks. How nice to meet all of you. And I have to tell you what an extraordinary privilege it has been to be a part of the TrueSongs project. And in this case, get to know the work of Rebuilding Together Saratoga County and get to know Ellen and Don Reed. It's a real privilege to tell a piece of their story. We were 16 and 20 like a poet's rhyme. We fell in love, it was only time till we were married and chasing our own truth. Took our honeymoon with the U-Haul in tow. Across the country, what did we know? Enough to see that love would guide us through. Raised 5 great kids in these 4 walls. Lost 1 son, gave every day our all. Always put 1 foot in front of the other. Now the kids are grown and living their lives. Grandkids come and you don't realize how fast the years roll one into another. We're gonna fix the roof, stop the leaks, build a ramp, replace the sink, restore what has been broken, try to make it whole. We're gonna make more room, make more time, renew our purpose, renew our pride, rebuilding together. We're gonna make this house a home. The girls went to college, then we did too. Adults in school, but you should love what you do. Studied art and social work and psychology. Volunteered down south when the hurricanes hit. But work gets done if we all do a bit. Living lives of service, no regrets, no apologies. Now 60 years since we were wed. A little bit of faith and a lot of prayers said. Giving everything we have to make things right. Find a way to see the joy in each day. Bring a sense of adventure along the way. We always said, so what if the money's tight? We're gonna fix the roof, stop the leaks, build a ramp, replace the sink, restore what has been broken, try to make it whole. We're gonna make more room, make more time, renew our purpose, renew our pride, rebuilding together. We're gonna make this house a home. You go through life and do your part, hustle and mind and a great big heart. You lend a hand when you see someone in need. Friends and family, you do your best. Give back to others, it's not a test. It's just the way you plant the seeds you hope will grow. And in the end, we all reap what we sow. Never thought that we would be the ones who needed help, that we would be undone by the way that trouble sometimes picks up steam. But then people showed up for the heavy lift. Put it back together, honey, what a gift. Lean into the kindness, this is not a dream. We're gonna fix the roof, stop the leaks, build a ramp, replace the sink, restore what has been broken, try to make it whole. We're gonna make more room, make more time, renew our purpose, renew our pride, rebuilding together. We're gonna make this house a home. We're gonna fix the roof, stop the leaks, build a ramp, replace the sink, restore what has been broken, try to make it whole. We're gonna make more room, make more time, renew our purpose, renew our pride, rebuilding together. Gonna make this house a home. Rebuilding together.